Hi, my name is Camille Wright. For part 2, I will be comparing my review of the experiential learning theory in response to Rebecca Swenson's learning theory review of the science writing heuristic approach. This is my table of contents so that you know what's coming in the next slides and so there won't be any surprises. First, I'm going to give a brief review of my presentation. The main ideas of the experiential learning theory have to do with learning by doing. It depends on the learner being situated in an environment in which they can absorb knowledge from. It also has to do with the social interactions that take place during the experience. The main theorist behind the experiential learning theory is Kolb, and I'll talk more about him later. So, in order to compare with Rebecca's review of the science writing heuristic, I'm going to give a quick review of her presentation as well. This approach is basically a formal plan to guide and help the learner organize and digest the experiences that they are having. It is a formal tool that takes hands-on learning and helps students compare and contrast outcomes in the future. It is closely tied to NGSS standards that we use now and has its roots in constructivism. It places high value on authentic learning experiences, being student-centered, hands-on, inquiry-based, and leads to students being able to formulate arguments based on their newly acquired knowledge. The 3 articles Rebecca reviewed involved integrating literacy and supporting English learners in science. Where the writing component comes in is through all the ways that you would need to incorporate language as a scientist. Students practice this through note-taking, journal writing, and reports. The graphic that looks like green eggs and ham shows the overlap between science writing heuristic and constructivism. So, in between both theories, we have obvious similarities. Both involve hands-on learning, a series of trial and error, reliance on the environment where the learning is taking place, and the social interactions that transpire. Both are moving away from memorization, reading, and repetition. What is really interesting is the cycles that back each of these theories. So both have formulated their own guiding cycle on the process that leads to overall learning. The one on the left is Kolb's, and they both include initial contact with the activity or experiment, a stage of appraisal, a formulation of a claim, analysis, and repetition. So a few of the differences between these theories noted here is that experiential learning theory is maybe a broader precursor to the ideas within science writing heuristic. It's not formal or specific to any subject, nor does it rely on a specific action such as writing. In contrast, the science writing heuristic clearly is a science-specific thing. As with constructivism, it relies on building prior knowledge and formulating arguments and critiques as an end goal. It also is heavily focused on types of writing that are necessary for good work in science. Finally, some other takeaways that I noted were that you can really see how learning theories are intertwined and change throughout the years. We are still relying on research based on these theories to improve modern classroom practices. Another part of Rebecca's presentation that I enjoyed was the word heuristic itself. It is very fun to say. Thank you for listening to my presentation.